Have you ever been in a situation when you need to take notes, get organized, or find something entertaining to do because you're just so bored, but you didn't have the means to get it done? Well, look no further. The answer to your situation is a tablet, like the iPad. Straight out of the box, the iPad comes with built-in features that makes it very user-friendly. It also comes with organizational tools to get you organized, plus preloaded applications for your entertainment. Now, let's begin with how to navigate the iPad. And the main thing that I'll be focusing on are shortcuts. So let's start with exiting current screen. When you have an application open in the iPad, normally to go back to your home screen, you'll have to press the home button. But other than the home button, what I would suggest would be your gestures. 5 fingers grabbing the screen will get you right back into the home screen. And you'll see why I suggest that. Another shortcut that I want to talk to you guys about is switching between applications. And this method will work a lot better if you have 2 to 3 applications open and you just want to switch between the 2 or 3 applications, because what it does is that instead of again hitting the home button and clicking one application at a time, what it does is that it allows you to have your 4 fingers slide between your screens, and they'll pop up one app overlapping each other or switching back and forth from each other. And the last thing, or not the last thing, but along with that, so what I mentioned is that if you have 2 or 3, it's good to switch between apps by sliding. Now, what if you have more? If you have more applications open at the same time, what I would suggest is your multitask. What does multitask do? Multitask is, again, with your 4 fingers, instead of switching back and forth like this, you go up and down. Once you put up, you'll see that the multitask will be in the very bottom. And what that does is it allows you to see all the applications that's already open. And instead of aimlessly switching back and forth between screens, what you do is you just select the applications that you want to be reviewing or seeing at that very moment. And all you do is you click that button and your application will pop up. And the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is, along with that multitask bar in the bottom, it has media control. So what does media control do? What it does is that instantly, with whatever media you had open last, if you wanted to play, pause, or fast forward, for instance, iTunes or YouTube, you can control it from that multitask, even though YouTube or iTunes is not up. And before I move on, I want to show you a quick demo of what exactly I'm talking about. So the first thing that I was talking about is that if you had an application open, what you would do with your 5 fingers, you just grab the screen, and now you're in home. Because normally what you would have to do is you press the home button. So instead of having to go home and then clicking on every single application, what I've done is already preloaded applications that's already open, just to kind of demo it for you guys. So I'll go back in on my calendar, and with my 4 fingers, I'm going to switch between applications that I've previously opened. There's my magazine, reminder, YouTube, and notes. So you can see I'm using 4 fingers to navigate through those applications. But what if I wanted to go to a specific application and I didn't want to go scan through all of them, right? So what I did, again, with the multitask, 4 fingers, you lift up, and all the applications that's already open is right there, available for you, and you can just scan through all of them. And again, if we wanted to go back to calendar, you just click that, and there's your calendar. Now, the other feature that I was talking to you guys about is your media controls, right? So along with the multitask on the very far, I guess, like, your left corner would be your media control. And right now it's showing that YouTube is the last thing that I had going. So if I press the play button, plays YouTube. So that's the shortcuts that I want to talk to you guys about. Well, now that we have a few tricks up our sleeves, let's talk about organization. Some organizational tools included in the iPad are notes, and I kind of showed you guys that already. But what's notes all about? It's basically your notepad in your iPad. And what that does is that you take your notes, you plug it in there, and what the iPad does is that it keeps your notes in an order, chronological order by date or time. And next is the calendar. So again, that's something I already showed you guys. But what is calendar good for? Well, the calendar, it keeps you on track. It shows you what special events you got coming on or what appointments is about to come. And the great thing about it is that you can even set an alert for when the day or the event is about to come. So along with that, you also have the reminder. So there's calendar, reminder. What's that all about? Well, the reminder, this is basically your to-do list. So you have the broad strokes with your calendar showing you the big picture. Well, your reminder is where you're going to be putting a lot of the details of exactly what needs to happen, when it's going to happen, and when it's done, and when things still needs to be done. So really quick, just to show you guys what I'm talking about, there's that calendar that I've been showing you guys. So you can see there's April. There's a few things that's already plotted as far as like what's gonna come my way. And for me to just kind of jump to notes, I go to notes and I typed in test, and I wanted to see what other notes there are. So it shows me the title if you wanted to put a title, but normally it'll just grab the first line that you have up there. And with this, it also shows you currently which note you're looking at and what date it was loaded. For instance, today, what's showing on my notes are times because it's still showing today. But then for anything like yesterday or on the past, it's just going to show you the dates. And the last thing I wanted to show you guys was the reminder. For the reminder here, you can see like your to-do list. So currently what I have is my list showing up, my reminder things that I haven't done still. And right here, there's a button that shows you all the things I've already completed. So again, like something to keep you on track as far as what you still need to do. But then you can see this is a lot more detailed. Okay, so move along here. We all know that organizing and plugging things in can sometimes be very tedious and boring. Well, to battle that boredom and to find the fix, here are a few things I will suggest that already is preloaded in your iPad. There's newsstands. What's newsstands? Newsstands is this new thing that it included in your iPad, and what it is it's an interactive magazine that really puts a new twist to how you're gonna view and read your favorite magazines. And I'll show you guys a quick demo about that in a second here. Now, if you really want to get hands-on instead of reading, and you want to get more involved, more hands-on as far as like what you're doing for your entertainment, there's also the camera. The camera, obviously, you can take snapshots or video clips or whatever it is that you're looking at or you want to take a picture of. And the great thing about it is that as far as editing, you can edit right there and then, which is very helpful because you don't necessarily have to go back to your computer and mess around with it. And if you wanted to send it to somebody, you can send it right there and then. Now, if you're not into any of that and really you just want to sit back, relax, and watch something funny or whatever it may be, it already comes preloaded with YouTube. And I don't think I really need to say anything else about YouTube. And if you don't know anything about YouTube, let me know, and I guess we can talk about it or Google it. But really, for YouTube, the one gotcha is that to view YouTube with your iPad, you have to have Wi-Fi. Not unless you have the 3G version, and then at that point you can do whatever you want. You can probably view YouTube whenever you want, which is awesome. So, quick demo about that. Here's a newsstand, and newsstand is the magazine that are open already. And you can see that here's my Men's Health, but switching pages is very interactive. You can click things and the diagrams will change. Yeah, making a liar out of me here. So one of the things that interactive that I was talking to you guys about is that, for instance, it has these little things where it says tap here to see the text, and it'll show you that. And if you want to change pictures, there's just so many different things that it does. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys was the camera. So here's the camera, and that's a picture of my couch there. It's easy as, taking a snapshot. And if you wanted to edit it, you can hit the edit button up here. And what it does is that it gives you rotate, enhance, red eye if you're taking pictures of people's eyes or faces. And for crop, you can size it, crop it. There you go. And the last thing I was talking to you guys about was YouTube. And with this, obviously, if you put it in landscape, it's right there. And like I was saying earlier, media control. So, in conclusion, if you're looking for a tablet that is very easy to use and that can keep you organized and very entertained, I highly recommend that you look into the iPad. Go ahead and check it out, and if you have any questions or comments, please, by all means, let me know. Have a good one.